Welcome back to Everything Tesla Stock, everyone. Tesla's stock has been a touch unstable over the last few weeks, losing a lot of its investors. There was conjecture not so long ago over the reasons behind Sandy Munro, the automotive engineer, selling off all of his shares in the top electric car company. Sandy Munro is primarily recognized for his proficiency with machinery and manufacturing. He is employed in the automotive sector, having started off as a toolmaker at Windsor's Valley Machine and Tool, a general machine supplier. The expert in auto production gave an explanation for his conduct in a few recent interviews when discussing Tesla's future. The main query, though, is why did he sell every share of Tesla? Does he still think highly of Tesla? Watch this space to discover out. Renowned investor Sandy Munro also owns Munro and Associates Incorporated, a consulting firm located in Troy, Michigan. This company's primary area of expertise is lean design, which frequently entails researching and disassembling cars before suggesting modifications and advancements. Munro's company mostly disassembles automobiles to inspect the structure. He has inspected a significant number of autos over the years. Occasionally, suppliers and manufacturers will purchase the comprehensive assessments, which they will subsequently utilize to assist in pricing and improving their goods. For instance, the company looked at the BMW i3, an avant-garde electric car that primarily makes use of a large number of polymers reinforced with hemp and carbon fiber in 2015. The entire cost analysis was created by the firm with roughly $2.1 million. It was initially offered for $89,000. Sandy Munro is renowned for being a true Tesla aficionado in addition to being exceptionally skilled at what he does. When investors learned that Munro had sold all of his Tesla stock, they were extremely concerned. Soon after this was verified, rumors started to circulate. Some thought it unwise to invest in one company at the expense of all the others because Munro and Associates serviced cars made by different manufacturers. They asserted that in order to preserve the illusion of independence, Sandy Munro sold his Tesla stock and made no additional investments in cars. Munro talked about this recently in an interview. To put it briefly, he believed that in order to prove that he was an objective observer of the business and product assessor, he had to have no shares in the company. In a recent YouTube video, he clarifies this, saying that he still feels passionate about Tesla and doesn't want to come across as prejudiced. It makes logical to do this. A more dubious explanation, though, would be that he made this declaration to garner media attention. Who knows? Perhaps he simply moved them to a controlled account. Some people think Sandy's work and Musk's are similar in that both require them to create headlines for the company. As a result, Sandy is willing to take a controversial stand if it helps him gain attention or opens up new career chances. To quiet their critics, automakers have been known to offer well-known critics high-paying consulting positions. This rarely works, though. Munro's assertion that he is still passionate about Tesla makes sense. This is a result of Munro's prior interactions with Tesla. Munro has already evaluated Tesla's clear advantage in the electric vehicle market on the tech channel Hyperchange. He also discussed which rivals are actually interested in overtaking Tesla. Munro claims that the majority of Tesla's rivals are only making funny, mediocre attempts. In addition to saying that they were a little late to the market, he asserts that they are not truly serious about their intentions and that they use the same method. According to the automotive production specialist, other automakers are only expressing their intention to introduce a product into the market. When they do, though, it's not even an electric vehicle. Everything looks like someone's conception of what an electric vehicle ought to look like. Furthermore, he claims that the intended car is primarily constructed of awkward materials. It's not an automobile designed to run on electricity. He continues by noting that the majority of rivals are merely attempting to fit outdated business strategies into brand new products. In actuality, this is hardly possible. In addition to all of this, Munro is enthusiastic about the next Cybertruck. Munro believes that Tesla is ahead because of the new pickup truck. Additionally, he believes that the introduction of a whole new vehicle category by the Cybertruck will elevate things when it eventually enters service. He went on to further explain, saying that it falls into a different category. He said that it seems to be a new class and that it falls into a different category for him. As they attempt to comprehend the technical facets of the business, The majority of automakers in the US and Europe are disassembling Tesla vehicles. Munro, however, stated that he is analyzing every electric car available in every market. He did, however, add that Audi had asked him to start disassembling Tesla at first. The Tesla Model Y, Jaguar I-Pace, Tesla Model 3, and Chevy Bolt are a few more electric cars that were looked at. The majority of academics claim that the Tesla vehicles feature some unique electronics and strong engineering. They lack proper production design and bodywork, though. According to Munro, there was a noticeable distinction between the later Tesla models and the earlier ones. Beginning in February 2018, people became aware of Sandy Munro's documentaries, in which he dissected and examined the then-new Tesla Model 3 in great detail. Later, Munro and associates started Munro Live, a YouTube program where they dissected and examined a variety of family-friendly electric cars. They talk about engineering and design methods as well. In his most recent disassembly, he also dismantles a Tesla Model Y and reports on some startling findings. Munro said he found the Model Y to be amazing and better than he had anticipated. He concluded that the bar had been increased as a result of this. He cautioned rivals that if they don't want to fall behind, they must improve. According to Munro, Tesla has already implemented improvements in production cars 10 years ahead of the competition. According to the engineer, Tesla primarily makes vehicles that are 90 to 95% there before waiting for customers to voice concerns. That's when they make the necessary adjustments. This benefits Tesla in terms of flexibility compared to other corporations, but it comes at the expense of most of its supporters. Some of them even go so far as to say that the corporation doesn't actually offer real cars, only prototypes. Additionally, the engineer says that Tesla ought not to have created an electric car with a $25,000 price tag. Tesla would be exposed to more risks than benefits if they took this action. Munro claimed that the low-cost EV will cause the majority of Tesla stockholders to second-guess their choice in terms of earnings and market positioning, according to the Korea Times. The majority of Tesla buyers, according to the engineer, desire every extra feature the company has to give. Additionally, Tesla decided to stop producing the Model Y at that trim level because there were so few Model 3 standard range orders. To save the company money while maintaining a higher overall power output and factory efficiency, it would need to make use of developments in battery design chemistry and even manufacturing processes. In roughly 3 years, Tesla ought to have begun producing vehicles that retail for $25,000. The advancements in factory automation since the era of production hell are partly responsible for all of this. According to Sandy Munro, at the time the Model 3 was created, they were charging roughly $158 per kilowatt hour. He made this statement during a conference call sponsored by Bernstein Analysis while inspecting the car. The Model 3 would set you back roughly $108, he added. He did, however, end by noting that, among other things, the chemical alterations were the sole reason why prices had decreased dramatically over the previous 2 years. It might eventually come down to between $70 and $75 per kilowatt hour. That's a significant step. Munro, meanwhile, claims that he doesn't see cars that cost more than $25,000, regardless of their price. Essentially, he concluded that Tesla could only have so many things removed before it lost its appeal as a vehicle. Tesla needs to ensure that the majority of its upcoming production cars continue to entice customers, especially in light of the presence of companies such as Volkswagen in the mass-market electric vehicle business. Musk has stated for a considerable amount of time that Tesla wants to assist in the global switch to sustainable energy. Their lack of a truly affordable car, which they will eventually obtain, is one of the things that irritates him the most about this situation. However, initially, they were able to reduce the price of batteries, and Elon Musk can be stubborn in pursuing his objectives, as we all know. That's precisely what has gotten Tesla this far. As of right now, Tesla has not stopped rising, particularly after announcing a strong first quarter and strong financial balance sheet. Tesla even approached the investment grade rating assigned by S&P Global. All of this was accomplished while negotiating some challenging industry macro conditions, such as supply disruptions. The first quarter results show strong cash flow forecasts for 2022 as well as good execution. Chip shortages and supply chain constraints are two of the major problems facing many businesses today. However, Tesla has persevered and is still at the top. So, what are your thoughts? Will Tesla ever produce the $25,000 vehicle? Tell us in the comments below. Please click on one of these two videos to view it on your screen while you are still here. I'll see you over there.